Hey, okay, humanity. I'm here on Facebook Live. I started a little 10 minutes early today. It's 6:50. So I'm gonna go on a rant. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the religious people, fake war governments, and fake education systems. So let's get started here. Alright, humanity. As you know, my name is Emilio de Jesus. I've been studying the ancient temples. I read a lot of scriptures, and all these books repeat itself. It was created by your fake word government. As you know, the Vatican's controlled the old world for hundreds of years, all right? They created a fake world religion to control your mind, okay? You must understand that. China, Russia, they all one, but they gave you the illusion they're all separate. All those books they created with the Buddha, the Islam, Israel. Now again, when you see the Israel people, that they say that the socialist land, that's all a lie. That's all to control your mind, the slaves. You must understand, 99% of the population of planet Earth, they're all stupid people. Less than 1% would take the effort to understand this knowledge. And it repeats itself through all the cultures and all those ancient temples. It's repeating itself over and over and over again. It's all the same things. We're only about 3 cycles that we have, all right? I'm not sure where you grew up. If you grew up in Islam, you'd follow the Islam religion, the Israel religion. If you grew up in China, you follow the Buddha, right? If you're under the Christianity mind control, they say that they don't have a religion. It's just stupid people who don't understand what's going on. Again, we have a fake education system, all right? I started to learn when I was in college. I went to college for 6 months because I couldn't afford it, and I learned everything on my own. But when I was in high school, the mathematics, the way they taught us, is the hard way. I've been studying an easy way. You know how people use a calculator using these numbers? An easy way where you can figure it out without using a calculator. I'm learning that now. It's so simple. They're teaching us this fake education system is just to control your mind, to follow to be a worker of the fake system. For example, all the judges, all the politicians, all the governors, all the police officers, all the nuns, all the pastors, all the priests, they're all stupid people. They're all puppets of the fake system. And they think they're doing good when they're not doing good. They're just doing more harm to you. In reality, we do not need a word government. We can go back to nature. You know what I mean? I guess you people like having screen TVs, all this technology, and it's not our technology. It's from an old 7 generation. All right? All this knowledge is left behind for new 7 generations. 7 generation comes and goes. All right? So we're going to talk about 3 cycles. We're going to talk about a galaxy collision that happens every 84,000 years. We got 22,000 years to go for the next galaxy collision. We in the 62 resonant peptidic cycle. All right, we're living there right now. The eight suns are awakened. Where's your fictional God? When the eight suns energy are reborn, that's when God appears. All right. Again, and we're gonna be talking about the Ice Age cycle. It happens always in the age of Capricorn and Aquarius. It's all there to all to see. All right. It's just you have to make the effort to see it. If you're not gonna make the effort to see it, you want to continue being a puppet of the system. That's your fault. Okay. We can stop this. We can go back to nature. Remember, money is an illusion. That's all a lie that the fake world government gave you. Nobody owns anything. The earth belongs to everybody. Okay, they just gave you that delusion. Now, if you want to follow that delusion, it's all on you. All right, but we have to break free. Either create a new system with the truth to prepare us for these cycles, or have the fake world government control you for another 1,000 years. It's up to you to understand this knowledge. Watch my other videos, learn. You're gonna see how everything is the same story being repeated over and over and over again. It's the same numerology. You must understand, spell isn't spelling. The English language that we speak is the spell. Chinese, Russians, Hindu, whatever language you speak is Spanish. It's a mind control language. The real language is nature. You must understand nature before you speak your language, before you read any religious text. Because if you don't understand nature, you're going to fall under the witchcraft of all those religious Bibles. You are worshiping those fictional characters in there, those fictional idols, all right? You must understand nature because it's their story. And all this knowledge so far comes from the Aztecs, but the Aztec got it from our older civilization. Everything is passed down through generations, all right? So you must learn how to use this. You have never learned how to use this. The education system is not education of intelligence. Even if you look up the person who created the education system, John D. Rockefeller, he says in his quote, "I want a nation of workers, not a nation of intelligence." All right. Just research and study. Our history is fake. History is created with those who has power. Okay. So our history, for you religious people, where you say there's documents that Jesus existed, that's all a lie. Jesus is not a black man. He's not a white man. Jesus is the yellow sun. The Bible characters repeats itself over and over and over again. That's the magic of storytelling. They can make it look different. All right. So let's get started. So, all right. So right here we have the Aztec calendar, cross knowledge. All right. The 4 seasons, 200 years power renew. Millennium cycle, the 8 suns awaken. New earth, 10 ages of light, 2 ages of darkness. 10,000 years of sunlight, 2,000 years of darkness. And right here is the decoded. I decoded everything. And I'm going to explain to you how you can see everything. All right, the correct way. It's not like the people from the Maya who they're telling you 2012, all that. That's all a lie. That's just how they were lying to you guys. They're controlling your mind, all right? So we're going to explain all this stuff to you guys today. So I'm going to wait until 7 before I keep moving on. Hopefully this is working. I think it is. All right. Looking good. All right. So let's keep moving on. So as you know, we're gonna describe all of this for you guys. Hopefully you guys can see the difference, how it's emptied and how it's full. So let's get into the main event here. So right here we have it real big. As you know, this was made by Generation 3 giants, all right? Aztecs. Generation 3, you see how they copy of Mary, okay? The same thing. They copy. You see how she's feeding her baby through her breast? Same thing. Then the Egyptians, all right? Same thing. Generation 4. I'm gonna go over here with the other 2 ones. Let me start it over so you guys can see how they store all this knowledge. This generation 2, they were Titans reptiles, all right? You see how she's feeding the baby on her breast? And she has the constellation 7 all around her body. The 7 constellation was up here. She has it depicted 4, all right? So right there. You see 4, 5, 6, then she's drinking from his breast, 7. Then you see the other one, that's 8, the 8 sons, you see? All there to all to see. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. So this, hope you guys can see it. Got 1 circle, 2 circle, 3 circle, 4 circle, 5, 6 circles, 7, and 8. The 8 suns. Remember, the 7 constellations. Orion holds 2 suns. This is generation 2. All right. These people pass down the knowledge to Generation 3 giants. And she has all the information, her necklace, her earrings. When you count this, all of these rings right here, you will see 15. The 15 passages of the Renaissance solar system. It has it all there, same thing. Then the giants passed down the knowledge to the Egyptians. They rule for their 12,000 year cycle. Same thing, okay? Then their 12,000 year cycle was over. These were the people with long-headed scars gave birth to them. And here's the new one. You see? It's all passed down through generations. We got 2 more generations. We just keep getting smaller. Through the cycles. And there we go. So right here we have that image. So let's keep moving on. I'm going to explain everything in detail. So we're going to explain first the 10,000 years of sunlight. So when you look at the tablet, let me bring it up here. Here's the Aztec tablet, the calendar. So when you count these right here, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, 10. That's about so below the 10,000 years of sunlight. There we go. The 10,000 years. Okay, so we have age of Pisces, all right? There we go, return of the yellow sun, age of Pisces for 1,000 years. Then we go to the age right here. We go to the age of Taurus, where we am right now. Then we're gonna go to the age of Gemini, and it keeps moving up the clock. Now, when you read, for your religious people, when you read the Last Supper, it takes place in the 12. That's the age of Sagittarius, the last 1,000 years of sunlight. But when you look at all the images, like for example, when you see Alice in Wonderland, the rabbit holding the watch, it has 12 point something. So I'm thinking halfway through the age of Sagittarius, when it's halfway, is when the yellow sun goes into this dust cloud, a reservoir of water. There's many stories explaining it. It's where the yellow sun becomes a black sun. We can't point to the sun anymore, to the stars, nothing. And Earth will become the ice age for 2,000 years. Those people will live underground, and since there's no vegetation, nothing, we eat each other. That's why I laugh when people say Hunger Games. As long as people are around, nobody can go hungry. Okay? It's that you've been brainwashed and you've forgotten we were animals, we ate each other. Okay? But you must understand, we only do this under severe circumstances. That's when we do that. All right? And as when you read the Native American Indians and everything, they tell you they only did that when it was severe, when it was necessary. Okay? Because of the Renaissance solar cycles. They say, I'm not sure if it's true or not, they call it solar minimum, solar maximum. It says that the sun goes through a shutdown for 5 to 7 years, no vegetation. But I don't know if that's true or not. Okay? So it says it's going to happen in the year 2025 to the year 2031. The solar maximum will be there in the year 2031 or 32. All right, so but I don't know. So here's the 2,000 years of darkness. Ancient Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay, right here is water covers the sun and stars. Yellow sun turns into black sun. The ice age, age of Capricorn, 1,000 years. And here we go again. Another 1,000 years of darkness. The Earth ice age, age of Aquarius, 1,000 years of darkness, the purification. Then when you read the stories, when you watch the movies, for example, Logan Runs, the people were in the underground cities for 2,274 years until the sun returns and started melting the ice age. And that's the savior, because people will stop eating other people that age. Okay, so that's what the Aztec calendar is telling you. The same thing is telling you in the Sistine Chapel, in the Egyptian temples, in the pyramids. When you look at the aerial view, they're telling you the same story as this. It's all the same. All those Bible stories is telling you the same stories. It's repeated over and over and over again. It's that humanity, the 99%, less than 1% understand this knowledge. You have not learned how to use your mind. So there we go. So the yellow sun returns for 1,000 years, for 10,000 years or something like age of Pisces. Okay, 1,000 years, new Earth pieces. Okay, and we also become a different species. For example, you saw there were Titans, then giants, then our elongated skulls, then we have the small skulls, and we gave birth to the smaller people that humanity call them midgets, small people. In the far future, we all gonna look like that. Read about the midgets, understand how their DNA is, and you're gonna see the truth. All right, and then our skin becomes different as well. Okay, so there we go. Then you move up the clock. Okay, we move up. We're here. We in the red sun came in the year 2016. Awakens the 8 suns. We're right here in the new age of I thought it was Aries. Okay, we're here. We're in the new age of Aries right here. Taurus is the next one. Taurus is in the year 3016 when the 8 suns will awaken. We're here in the new age of Taurus. Number 4. Right here. This is number 5. Taurus. Okay, then Gemini is number 6. Okay. Then we got Cancer. Then we go up the clock, okay? And where did I wrote the other one at? Cancer. Age of Leo, age of Virgo, age of Libra, age of Scorpio, then age of Sagittarius. There we go. You see the 10 suns, 10,000 years of sunlight. So, okay. I guess I said it wrong earlier when I said that we were in the age. We're right here in the number 4, age of Aries. Right there. So let's move into the next frame. Here's the Aztec calendar, all decoded. We're going to explain everything in little sections, little by little. So we already explained the 10,000 years of sunlight. As above, so below. You must understand the difference what above and below is. The above wheel is 12,000 years. And the above wheel, 12,000 years. Below wheel, 12 months. So we already explained the 10,000 years of sunlight. So let's keep moving on. All right. So right here, I guess we see 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. You see, age of Pisces all the way to the age of Sagittarius. I put all the constellations right there so you can see. Same thing as right here. There's the wheel above. I give it to you all right there so you know what you're looking at right now. It's like a clock, all right? Same thing. All right, as above, so below. So let's read up here. An ancient Aztec giant warning, the 4 seasons. 200 years to okay, that's the one that read. That's for later on. We're gonna explain it. That's the 8 suns awaken. So one is like 1,000, age. Right there. 10,000 years of light, 2,000 years of darkness. The 2,000 years of purification is the Earth Ice Age. It's real beautiful so you guys can understand and look at it. You must look at the image, understand what it means, give it all to you guys right there, and you will see it. So you will see this is paradise. This is the Earth Age, right? The Egyptians call it paradise. 3,000 years. The Fire Age is at 3,000 years. That's heaven. Then you got Purgatory, it's at 3,000 years. That's the Air Age. Then the Water Age is at 3,000 years. Right? You must understand that as well. Okay? The power of 369. Right? When you read Nikola Tesla, the power of 369, you will have the whole universe in your hand. You will understand what's going on. All right. So there's the wheel below. See, wheel above. Wheel below. So we talked about 369. And we got December. There's the wheel below. These are the months below. And we're right here for you guys. All right, you must understand the difference. What's going on? You're beautiful to everybody to understand. Now again, remember, that's about 12,000 years. Milky Way galaxy cycle. Below is 12 months. When you multiply them together, 12 times 12 equals 144,000. And like my friend Graffiti said, in 12,000 years is 144,000 months. Now you understand who the chosen ones. The chosen ones are all the 18, and when the 19 comes in, those are the chosen ones. This is our boat. This is our celestial boat. This is our ark. All right there in the Aztec calendar telling you. You must use your star constellation map when you read when you study any ancient temples. It's all astrological. So all right. So now we're gonna explain 6 parts of the Aztec calendar. We're going to explain the face of the tablet that represents the yellow sun, the tongue of the tablet when you read the story, the tongue of living fire is the red sun. As you know, the red sun comes in and changes energy, and that's why they call it the tongue. I should have downloaded the video where you can see the sun exchanging energy. The sun takes the gases. The red sun takes the gases of the yellow sun. And that's the reason the sun doesn't explode. It can become supernova if the gases are not taken out. She's like a bee, she pollinates the suns. So right here you will see the 4 living creatures. You see where they took it from the Bible? The 4 horsemen, the 4 archangels, the 4 beasts from below. You see how the stories repeats itself all throughout the cultures? It's the 4 seasons. As you know, the earth revolves around the yellow sun in 365 days. Okay, that's the 4 seasons. The yellow sun makes a complete orbit in our Milky Way galaxy in 12,000 years. Those are the 4 ages. Each one's of 3,000 years. Then, as you know, the 4 seasons of the 4 living creatures are the 4 corners of the earth. Okay, the 4 corners, above and below. Earth above, the Milky Way galaxy. Okay, now remember, let's go back. Let's go back. It is the flat Earth they talk about, the Milky Way galaxy, the home and the constellation suns and planets. It's not what the flat orders are telling you. These are the 4 corners of the earth. These are the ends of the earth ice age. I hope you understand that. So as above, so below. You see the 12 months. You see? The 4 corners of the earth. Same thing. The 4 living creatures. So let's keep moving on. So we got that one. And this right here, the pyramid, all pyramids around the planet Earth represents the tower above them. Alright? It represents the Earth moving through the galaxy. It's the square. Alright? Okay? So you will see the 10,000 years of sunlight and 2,000 years of darkness. It becomes, they call it the blood moon for the 2,000 years of darkness. Then you got the right and left serpent, the serpent up above. Remember? I forgot to put the image again, but if you have my book, you will see the serpent, the depiction. Okay? This is a serpent above. You will see, when you see the image of a serpent biting his tail, you see? That's the one. Then you will see the other serpent over here, you see? Again, that's the spine, the 33, you see? That's above, so below. The same here, the brothers of light, the brothers of darkness. So now let's explain it side by side. Here we go. So the man in the Aztec calendar, right here. The man in the Aztec calendar is located in the cross between the 4 seasons, between the 2 pillars, the brothers of light, the brothers of darkness. We locate it in the 13th constellation solar system. I call it Hope. I put 6, Hope, 25 to 28. We are here in the cross. That's where Earth is located. We have, I guess, 7 planets, where Earth is 8 altogether. I know that the red sun took Pluto with her in 2014 because I was looking at the stars, right? So we did that on that age. The tongue, the face is the yellow sun, the man. The tongue of living fire is the red sun. So here's the red sun. Let me see if you guys can see that in there. Okay, the red sun, yep, you can see it. So this is the red sun solar system. It comes in our 13th constellation, all right? That's the tongue right here. That's the tongue, the red sun. And it exchanges energy with the yellow sun. So you got that one there. Okay, when the red sun comes in, we're going to explain it more later, but she stays in our, this is a tree of life, the below wheel. And the Milky Way galaxy is a tree of knowledge and good and evil, all right? So when she comes in, she stays for 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. She awakens the 8 suns. That means we have new neutrons, electrons, and protons, 666. It's the same thing, all right? When the 8 suns are awakened, is when it becomes God. You know, the God from the Bible. It's the same thing. So when these 8 suns are awakened, again, the red sun comes in, stays in our tree of life for 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, awaken these suns, it comes in. And, you know, the Twin Towers, the 11, I forgot to mention that in the Pacals did, when you see the 1133, you see the twins. That's Gemini. The twins, Gemini. It comes in that month. Nobody knows the day, nobody knows the day or the hour, but we know the month and year. June to July. It stays from June to July for 40 days. So that's the 40 days. We're going to talk about it again later. That's when she changes the yellow sun, the red sun becomes a blue sun. Alright? So that's the tongue of living fire. Then you have the 4 living creatures, the 4 corners of the earth, okay? The 4 horsemen, the 4 beasts from below. It has many names. Anything you see 4 in the Bible, they're talking about the 4 seasons. These are the 4 seasons. You will have spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Those are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Because when the 8 suns are awakened, the earth has more energy, right? But remember, I never understood about solar minimum, solar maximum, you know how the sun goes through a shutdown and it goes to maximum. And it's because of the red sun made her change it. And we have it worse because the sun has more power now, okay? So we're going to have it extra hard. All right? So that means stronger earthquakes, all the volcanoes are active. As you seen that, we're going to have more storms. You've seen them, more floodings, because there's more energy in Earth. All right. And I already told you guys the human body puts out 100 watts per day, and we are 8 billion people. And think about all those animals to feed us, more energy, all the chickens, all that stuff. We are off balance. So the Earth, that's why our government is doing what they're doing right now. Because we have to have balance. Because if not, we all can die. Okay? Again, we have solar engineering. They call it chemtrails. People call it, the conspiracy theorists call it chemtrails. I call it solar engineering. It reduces the carbon dioxide, the CO2. You know what I mean? And then it reflects their sun's energy back to space. Then we got CERN, 5G. Yeah, to me, it's just to Earth has a low magnetic frequency. To me, it's to control it's to control the magnetic field. That's to me what it is. Since Earth has a low one and more sun solar flares, more sun gamma radiation can come to Earth, you need something to control that flow. Because if not, it can destroy the power, the electricity, everything. It can knock all the power grid off and everything. That's what I think what 5G is for. So that's my hypothesis on that one. So now we talked about the 4 living creatures. The Aztec calls it is a lion winter, the bull autumn, the man is summer, and the águila is spring. I misspelled it, you know. Yeah, I'm not a good speller, but I know how to use my brain. Remember, I understand English and Spanish, and my first language is nature and symbolism. My first language is nature, then symbolism, then Spanish and English. So I know 4 languages. So let's keep moving on. Okay, right and left. Those are the two serpents. All right, that's above, so below. All right. Now again, you also can say because each one of these sons, when you read these stories, for example, Moises is the red sun solar system. He had a staff. You know how you look at the ocean and you see that you see when you see the sun rise and you will see a long. It's like the sun walking on water. You see that's a staff as well. It's the sun staff. Okay, when you look at the ocean, the sunrise, you will see a staff. That's the sun. So that's another serpent. Each planet, each sun has planets and they move around. That's like a serpent. That's why when you read the story of Moses, he fought with these other serpents. You see. So remember, there's 2 serpents in our 13 constellation every millennium. Okay. But remember when you read the Egyptians, this is the 3 eyes in the skies. There's 3 suns in the sky because Earth it would be between our yellow sun, the constellation Pastorian, from Dark Star Sirius, and the red sun. Those are the 3 eyes from the skies. We have a pineal gland. So, and then right and left, the 12 constellations. Okay, that means these are the brothers of light and the brothers of darkness. So if you put it in the correct position, and you're like this, that means left and right, okay? So now you know which one is which. I get confused sometimes. So I will say, okay, so if that's in the correct position, we put it down like this. And you're facing it and you're reading. This is your left side and your right side. So I would say that's right and left. But I get confused sometimes with those things. So then you know which one is which. I have it like this because it reminds me of the spines and the Earth 33 powers. Because when the red sun comes in every millennium cycle, it awakens the 8 suns and Earth is in the 33. Okay? For 200 years. Earth is going to put purification for 200 years. And all these suns is the reason for the Earth as it's still the reason for the spring, summer, and autumn. Remember, this one comes in every millennium. So that's that one there. So this one here is the tricky one. So when I counted all these from the Aztec calendar, there were 20. And I remember this tablet right here. I remember this tablet. It has in one side, it has this one, you see, it's cut off. So this is the 19. This one is the 18. Okay? So I was saying, I'm wondering, and that's what the Aztec are telling us. It's when the red sun comes in and comes out. But you have to understand that each one of these animal symbols represents a constellation. This is how they say it. For example, our 12 disciples, all right? It represents a constellations. And I decoded that one because that one was easy, okay? But this one's kind of difficult because I don't know Aztec, I don't know their language, but I understand numerology, and I know it repeats itself everywhere, so I know they're explaining that the red sun came in, because it will be all 19, then 20, because she becomes a blue sun. So now let's explain this one. So you see, I'm learning it from this one. As you can see, when you count them all together, there will be 18. Remember, this is the 12 above. They're giving you the 12, then you count on one side, it's 18. And again, the 12 above, then 19. You see? That's from this course, Paterthix. I will explain this in another video. So here we go. So Capricorn, Aquarius. Capricorn, Aquarius. Okay? Then you count them all together, that's 12. Then these 7 is 18. Alright? 19 altogether. Then when she becomes a blue sun, I will assume that's why I'm saying 20. Or probably they have the earth. Because I know that rabbit represents the earth. Okay? So it might be the earth, the rabbit. That's why they have 20. You will have all 19 constellations. Alright? Then the Earth is the 20. It might be that one. You know, it's just you have to use your brain and try to figure it out, because when I look at the Aztec drawings and temples and everything, that follow the right rabbit in the rabbit hole. That's what that means. Well, the right rabbit is Earth, because she's entering the 2,000 years of darkness. It's frozen. You see when you read the stories, okay? So, and Alice is the yellow soul. See, she's behind him. There you go. So now you see, I'll give it all to you guys. So one is Capricorn. You have it here, Capricorn. You know, there's the wheel below, the regular seasons. Remember, we have 365 days, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. But in the 2,000 years of darkness, it's going to be winter for 2,000 years. You must understand it's going to be all frozen. If you see my charts, you see how it works. Because I got all these frozen. Because there's no sunlight, you can't point to the stars no more. Then you got Aquarius. Then you got Pisces. Right here when the return of the sun. Okay, you know, you got the winter seasons, the spring, summer, winter, the same thing. Then you got 19 Pasayan, that's one of the suns right here. And you just keep going. You just follow the chart, then you will see the whole revelations for you guys, the truth right there. So when the red sun comes in, the earth, well, when the red sun is not in, we will have normal climate for 800 years. It's normal climate. Okay? Then when the red sun comes in, awakens the 8 suns, earth is in purification for 200 years. You see? We're in that right now. We're in the 62 red sun apocalyptic cycle. So I hope I'm good at explaining that one there. Okay, now we're going to explain this one here. So we're going to explain the 4 corners of the earth, water, earth, fire, and air. Okay, each one is of 3,000 years. You must understand that. Then we're going to explain, let me show it to you guys right now. You see the red sun and 4 planets. It was a long time ago. That was generation 3. Remember that. We're in generation 5, but we're in generation 5, and we have, the red sun has 7 planets now. But here it is. Those dots are right here. You see? We're going to do those. We're going to explain these right here. There are 70 or around 72 or around it. Then you will see these right here. Okay, the 8 suns. Then you will see these little crowns. Okay. There's 5 of them. Then you will see, obviously 3. No, there's 6. There's 6 of them. There's 6 crowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 crowns. The 8 suns, 6 crowns. Then we're going to talk about the 2 rams, pumpkin heads. Okay? This is explain that right now. So, all right there. So, the red sun and 4 planets, the 72 divided by 4 equals the 18 constellations. You see it all together. Then again, the 8 suns and their powers. Then you have the 6 points. Then you have the 2 rams. Then the 40 days again. So let's explain that. So here we go. We're going to use the wheel below. So again, in the wheel above, you know the Milky Way galaxy. I explained that. The 4 elements of the 3, but in the wheel below is 3 months, all right? Each one. So you have the water age is here. Okay? Sagittarius, December, January, and February. Okay, in the wheel below. Remember, the wheel above is Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. The wheel below, December, January, February. Then we're going to say Earth. Right here, this is the Earth element. In the wheel below, March, April, and May. In the wheel above, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus. But remember that the Aztec used animal symbols to explain this. Same as the Native American Indians, all the other cultures, they use different. This is the yin and yang from the, the Chinese, the yin and yang that you see. The dark and the light, you see? The yin and yang. I hope you guys can see it. Okay. Then you have the fire right here. June, July, and August. Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. Then you have the air. That is the autumn season. September, October, November. Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. You see? The circle of life. Now the 40-day count. Okay? Okay, 40 count. 40 days, June to July, red sun, solar system. changes the yellow sun. So you see solar system. So the red sun comes in, awakens the 8 suns for 6 years as Master's days, comes in a 13 constellation. We locate it in the cross between the 4 seasons. She comes in the twins, that's Gemini, for 40 days. Okay, then she goes between Cancer and Leo. She leaves back into the darkness. We won't see her for another 1,000 years. She won't be back into the year 3010. All right. So the 14th constellation, our sun solar system in the millennium cycle, exit the door through the gateway through the Leo constellation. So it comes into the Leo and exits between the Cancer and Leo. All right. That's the door, the gateway. The Egyptian, for example, when you read the Egyptians' thought says, look for my spacecraft underneath the lion. That's what he's saying, underneath the lion. You look for her. And when you look at their symbols, it's telling you through the Leo constellation. That's why you have to read all these books to decode what they're trying to tell you. All right. And again, when you read David killed a lion, David killed a lion for your religious people. Samson killed a lion. You see? It's telling you Samson killed a lion. You see? Again, there we go. So let's mention some Bible stories. When the 40 days, Goliath waited for David in the mount for 40 days. The devil, who was the red sun, tempted Jesus, who was the yellow sun, for 40 days. Hona and his family, there were 8 sons altogether, the 8 people. It reigned for 40 days. He's just saying the 40 days when the red sun changes that one. Another one, Moses went to the desert for 40 days. You see, it's all the same story being repeated. I'm telling you, all these stories repeat itself. Again, I forgot the story, but the only way I can say this is the 40 Thieves. I think it's from Aladdin and the 40 Thieves. You see, it's the same story. Okay, the genie in the bottle. You see, the genie, how they depict him in blue, because the red sun becomes the blue sun. You see, it's all there throughout the sea. It's all astrological stories. All right. So now that we explained that, okay, now we're gonna count. Okay, right here. The 72. You see the crown here has these little things. When you count them all, there's 72. All right. And those, when you divide 72, will be 18. All right. Those are the 18 constellations. All right. I'm going to show you which ones are the 18 constellations right now. So you know, we have the 12 here. Then when we count these 6 right here is 18. Then the 19 comes in every millennium. So we have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Those are the 18s. Now, if you want me to say the names of them, so you have the 12 months. I hope you understand the 12 months. We located in the cross in that 13th constellation, yellow sun solar system. And the earth revolves around the yellow sun for 365 days. The reason for the seasons are because of these suns that are connected. So you will have Draco, the powers 1 through 4, located in the north. Polaris, Ursa Minor, 5 through 8. Orion hosts 2 suns, 9 through 12, 13 to 16. Dog Star Sirius, 17 to 20. Pasaya, okay, 21 to 24. Those are the 18. The 19 comes in every millennium cycle, awakens the 8 suns. When the 8 suns are awakened, that's what you religious people call God, right? So you're worshiping a fictional God that's not real. This is God on his throne, located between the 4 living creatures who has eyes over their bodies. The eyes are the stars, all right? Those are the eyes, all right? That's what I laugh when I look at religious people. Oh, there's 4 living creatures. One man has all these eyes over his body. Another, a bull. I said, no, man, they're talking about the seasons and the stars. Those are the eyes all over their bodies. You see? Nature tells you the truth. The pastor, popes, and they're all just lying to you. You just slave the system. There we go. So we explained that. And these are the 8 suns again. So now let's re-explain that again. These are the points. These are right here in the Aztec calendar. Okay? You will see all these right here. Okay? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here's the Aztec calendar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7. 8. All right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. It's 7 up there. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. All right. So these are the 7 constellations with suns. All right. So you will see the 7 right here. All right. So I added an extra one because I think I added the one in the middle. Because this one's supposed to be the Earth. This one's supposed to be here. Remember, Orion holds 2 suns. So I have to update that one on my book. So let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, those are the 7 constellations with suns. And this one's supposed to be the Earth right here. But I put Orion by mistake. But that one's supposed to be the Earth. This one's supposed to be the 33. All right. So remember, Earth is right here. Again, we're located in the cross between the 4 seasons, and you will see the 7s. Those are the 7 points right here. And Earth is always located right here. This is Earth right here. Okay. Moving. It's like a dial. Okay. It's like a dial for the seasons in the wheel above. All right. Right now, it's pointing to the 2,000 years of darkness. We located on Orion's arm. Okay, this Earth is an ice located in Orion's arm in the 2,000 years of darkness. All right, between. It's all frozen. Then it'll start coming back in the age of Pisces, I will say, right there. This is the first 1,000 years of sunlight, and it goes down. You see? Like that. As above, so below. Remember, the face is the yellow sun, the red sun, the 4 seasons, like that. And there we go, that one. Now we're going to explain these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 crowns. Now let's count that together again right here. See if I was right, if I didn't get confused on that one. So we have it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there's 6 crowns. Now remember, the crown represents the 6 constellation with suns, all right? Then you see the red sun is below it. You see the red sun and 4 planets. Same thing as in here, the 40 days. Remember that? You see, that's how I know that's the red sun. Okay, each one of these crowns represents a constellation with suns. So that means that's all 7 together, and the little one up here is the Earth. You see? And the months of the seasons, there's 18 if you count them all together. 3, 6, 9, 12. You see, 18. You see? Or it'll be 18 all together. You see? You count it 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You see? 18. You see? Those are the 18 constellations all bound together. You see? Then you count 72 divided by 4. You see these little tiny ones? It will be 72. You see? 18. You see, it's all has to do with that. You see? I hope you guys can see it. So, okay. So now you know Draco. That's right here. Power 1 through 4. Polaris is Star Minor. Right here. 5 through 8. Orion holds 2 suns. 9 through 12. 13 through 16. Then you got Dog Star Sirius. 17 to 20. Right here. Dog Star Sirius. Passion. 21 to 24. Here's Passion. And relocated in the cross between the 4 seasons. Between the 4 living creatures. And thus I call it hope. Help other people evolve. 25 to 28. Then destiny comes in every millennium cycle. 666 40D. That's what I call it. See? Then the 2 rams, pumping heads right here. The 2 rams. And they're giving you all the knowledge right there too. You know what I mean? I put that in the end, but I don't think I'm going to go through its detail, but you count all those things to give you the knowledge. It's all there. That'll be the red sun and yellow sun. I'm not sure which one is which. Alright, so I'll be, if I'm facing you, there will be left and right. So I would say this is the red sun and yellow sun. So, bumping heads. That means a changing energy. You see? Right here. Now we're going to go back to the 40 days. You see, this is what happens. The red sun comes in on 13 constellation for 40 days. You see that red sun coming in? I learned that from this one here. Whenever I sky this. There's a 13 constellation red sun solar, yellow sun solar system. Here's the red sun comes in, which is now she has a 1 planet and 6 red sun and 6 planets. You see, and that age she had 4 planets. So now for you religious people, that's what you call taken and rapture. Now those things are not in the Bible, but it's just saying that the red sun moves planets, takes planets. You know when the red sun moving the earth, because that will be the end of life on earth. Who knows? Okay, who knows? But if we follow her for 1,000 years, we might still have life on earth, but it's a different energy. All the women will give birth to a new species. It's that sound that you know here, the sound vibrating in water and your placenta, you will give birth to a new species. Okay, you must understand. And she leaves, if the red sun takes the earth and moves it to a constellation without sun. Let's say she moves us to Sagittarius. You see all those planets in there. When you read the book of Enoch, the red sun went in here. It moved all those planets, and they renamed all those angels, all those planets again. She can move us here. There's no sun, so Earth will be frozen until the red sun comes back in and takes the Earth or any of these planets and move it to Earth. Any watery planets and move it to Earth, and life will begin again. Or to any of these suns constellations. But remember, those suns has a different vibration, frequency, and energy. We're gonna become a different species. We ain't gonna look the same. All life, everything. So there we go. So let's explain the 40 days in more detail. Okay, here's stories from the Bible explaining the 40 days. Okay. So here's the 14 constellation red sun solar system, named cycle. 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. It came in the year 2010, 3010, in the future, 3010, 4010, 5010, 6010, 7010, always had 1,000 years. So when you read the Bible, you see, this is what happens when the red sun comes in and she exchanges energy with these suns. If she doesn't do that, the sun's gases will explode that planet. They call it supernova. So that's the rib. When you read the story, that's Adam's rib. When you read the Sumerian tablets, Anu Alulu swallows Anu's manhood. You see, people think that these two giants from Sumerians, they were fighting in a wrestling match and the guy bit his manhood. No, it's just a constellation story. He bit his manhood, you see. Again, the tongue of living fire. There's many stories explaining that. David's slingshot, you see, it's the slingshot. It's many things explaining that, okay? So the red sun changes energy with the yellow sun for 40 days. So let's keep saying Adam and Eve, 40 days in the Garden of Eden. This is for all you religious people who have mental illness, mental psychosis. I'm showing you the truth, but because of your mind control, you can't see it. You don't want to make the effort to learn. This is why I call 99% of the population in the planet Earth stupid people. They don't want to learn this. And it repeats itself. I'm showing you that it repeats itself. Through any books, it repeats itself. Again, the devil tempted Jesus for 40 days. The 40 days, Babylon's Asian festival. Bible stories with number 40. All the things that that's your wisdom. Over 65 verses in the Bible with the number 40. You see? So right here we have Jesus, 40 lashes, 40 days in the deserts, 40 days of fasting, 40 days in the wilderness, you see? And I gave you the Bible chapters where you can look at that map 4-1-2, you see? I gave it to you all right there where you can look it up. Moses, 40 days in the mountain. Right there, I gave you the Bible, Exodus 34, whatever. Then there's another one with a different story. Noah, 40 days and 40 nights. Genesis 7, you see, it's the same thing. Embalming requires 40 days. This is from Genesis, you see, 50, whatever. 50-3, King James Version. It took the spies 40 days to search out the promised land. NUM 13, you see, right there. Goliath came for 40 days before being killed by David, you see? It's all astrological. Hona, we're in the city of Nineveh, that they have 40 days until God will overthrow the cities, you see? 40 days. Why will God overthrow the cities? Because that's when the 8 sons will awaken. new energy in the earth, everything's going to be destroyed. You're lucky that we have underground water tunnels to protect us from the seawater rising. We have solar engineering. We have a lot of great technologies, man. I'm telling you. So then here's the last one. Jesus was seen in the earth for 40 days after his crucifixion. You see? Remember, crucifixion. Jesus is the yellow sun located in the cross between the 4 seasons. God on his throne with the 4 living creatures, the same thing. Elijah, strengthened by one angelic meal, went for 40 days on the mount. You see? That's the mount. And you're going to give you the Bible verse when you can see it. And we're good. Let's read it again. Elijah, strengthened by one angelic meal, went for 40 days in the mountain. Herod, where the Lord passed by, and he heard the voice of God. You see? Because all the 8 sons were awake and he heard it again. But these are the constellations. And again, the 7 constellation sons are the 7 trumpets, the 7 golden seals, the 7, all those 7s. It's the same thing. It's the same story being repeated. So there you go. So what evidence do I have to support this? See, I have evidence as well to show you that they stole this from the ancient cultures. I'm going to show it to you guys right now. And amount of time as well. So here's the 40 days in ancient Egyptians. This is the goddess Chisha. 40 days. She counted 40 days, June to July, when the red sun came in the last millennium cycle, in their age. You see, she counted 41. And Thought counted 40. You see, he counted 40. You see, you have to count all those little tiny ones. And his fingers, 5, and you will see. You see? You see how they try to hide it from the slaves, so the slaves won't understand what they're doing. You see? There you go. How do I know this? Because you're going to see. Look, they're doing it right now to us. We built their cities, their temples, and people don't know what they're doing. You're just following what they're telling you to do. So, okay. So right there, you got the 40. Here's the 40 days. Remember, when you read the Bible, nobody knows the days of the hour, but we know the month and year. The red sun comes in every June. It will come in again in year 30, 10, 40, 10, like that. Every millennium cycle awakens our yellow sun. Then the 8 suns become 1. There you go. No one knows the day or the hour of the red sun returns. We know the month and year. 6.6 billion fools missed the red sun, the 40-day cycle. You see, humanity missed it. I was always keeping an eye, but NASA removed all the freaking satellite feeds, and I couldn't see it. I learned that the Georgia Guidestone, you see the Georgia Guidestone is the same thing as this. Same knowledge. And there's a little peak hole where you can see it at sunrise or sunset. So I think it's most likely a sunrise. But I didn't know that until January 2017. And there you go. So right here, you see, I have I have the image when one of my friends saw it. When I went to see it, I couldn't see it, but he saw it. Right there, you see the red sun solar system with the yellow sun right there. NASA removed satellite feeds on June 3rd, 2016. NASA cover up satellite repairs, you see? The 40 cancellation and the 3 of life, you see? For 6 years, 6 months, this day. The God Almighty, the Alpha and Omega, who is the red sun. Damn, and people don't love the truth. So here we go. Another evidence. There's a point of view. If you're in a helicopter looking at the satellite reading, they're giving it to you all right there, the same line. There's the above wheel, the Milky Way galaxy. All right. Then you will have right here's the 40 days. We'll be talking about the 40 days. When you look at the satellite reading, you're gonna see the 12 everything. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See? And you count all the way around, that's 40. And you see the Statue of Liberty, nobody knows. You see, it's all astrological. And we see the 7. Come on. The church is earth. July. Why is freedom? Because the red sun didn't move the earth. Okay? That's why. The the elite are scared that the red sun will move the earth. That's why they get paranoid. And then they go, oh, the red sun didn't move us, we fine for another whatever. You see? That's why. Here's another one. Right here. Whenever I sky this, 40 days. Another 40 days for you guys. 40 days, 1 through 40. I'm not lying to you guys. It's everywhere to all to see. I will explain this one in another video later on. But you see, it's telling you. This is our 13 constellation Yellow Sun solar system. This is the cross. We locate it. When the red sun comes in, most likely, this is not the moon. This is the sun solar flare. When the red sun comes in and it's leaving. Alright? The exit the Leo constellation somewhere down here. Remember, she makes 15 passages. Here's the 40 days, the 40 pinholes. Alright? Well, nicely for you guys. Alright, and never sum this cross knowledge. The 4 seasons, the earth, the 32 powers. You know, earth isn't, this is the 32, but earth becomes the 33 for 200 years. 40 pinholes, okay? You understand that. It's the millennium cycle. There we go. Now this one is just, when you read it, you're going to see the 2 suns. Okay, it is located right here. And the Aztec. It's just little things that you guys should look at. You see, that one's located up here. It's telling you it's going to be frozen for 2,000 years. You see? Then you must understand the difference. I'm just going to give you this real quick right here. But you have to like look at the symbolism. You're going to see it. Then you count. Okay, you saw that one. Okay, the 2 suns, Gemini to Eli, Cancer, 13 circles. Okay. Equals all 12 constellations, or the 4 seasons on the 13 constellation on the cross. Okay. And this one, when I was studying, I left that in, but it's more than that. Remember, Eve, new life, new flower. Okay. For example, Eve. The word Eve is evolve. Adam, adapt. You see, Adam, adapt. Eve, evolve. You see, I got that from graffiti, but it's right here. I did this a long time ago. Holy Trinity. The Trinity, birthday repeat, is our galaxy collision every 84,000 years. Milky Way galaxy will collide with the Andromeda galaxy in 22,000 years. The red sun solar system, every millennium cycle. That's the 62th activity cycle and the Ice Age. We've been through 5. We have 2 more to go. That's the Holy Trinity, the 3 Trinities. The 3 birth, death, repeat. Then right and left, you know who the right and left, brothers of light, brothers of darkness. When you count this here, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now remember, whoever carved this tablet did it differently than this one. Okay, this is the original one. I left out, when you look at the photos, the tablet is real big, and you see the people how small. You see, this was made by giants. They carved it. You see? But I left that picture out. But if you go down my Facebook page, you will see the pictures of the people next to it, and you can see how big this tablet is. All right. So okay, let's keep moving on. So you will see 6 circles. Those are the 6 constellation of suns. Those 6 circles. 12 stripes. You will see 12 stripes. Those are the 12 constellations, the 4 seasons. 2,000 years of darkness, 10,000 years of sunlight. Okay. And those are located right here. Okay. This one is right here. You see? Okay. Then you have that little flower. See, that's the little flower right there. All right. All right. Right there. Let's explain that one. That's the earth, the flower of life. 12 circles, the 12 constellation, the 4 seasons. You see? When you count them all. And again, the same thing. That's one's right here. The 4 seasons, you see? The 4 seasons. The 4 leaf are the 4 seasons, okay? Who are the 12 constellation and the 8 suns because they all pounded. Again, and birth of the new age. Okay, there you go. 10 squares, right? 10 ages of light, 2,000 years. Okay, it's the same thing. Then this one right here, it has a lot of beads right here, but this one is different. This one has, I counted the ones over here, 45, 45. The best thing I can say that is the Earth 45-degree, how it tilts and everything. That's the best thing I could come up with. I don't know what really the 45 is, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm thinking it's trying to tell you. Then when you count these, where's all those leaves at? Where are they at? There are leaves right here. 24 plus 24 plus 2 is 50. So 24 hours Earth to rotate on its axis. That's what I'm thinking. But I forgot what that. Oh, okay, those are the. Okay, where are those at? This tablet. Oh, those are the leaves. Oh, that's in here. You see, those are the leaves right in here. Okay, you see. 24 hours in a day. You see. That's above, so below. 12 times 12 equals 12 and 12 equals 24, you see. Then it has 2 more extra ones. So that's the best I could come out with that one. And there you go. It's all there. So now you know it's all about. This is the wheel above again. See, 12 and 12 equals 144,000 of above, so below. All right there. You see, it's talking about the 2,000 years of darkness. All these little things, because there's no sunlight, no nothing. It's going to be frozen, you see, for 2,000 years. Because we're talking about all this in here. It's going to be all frozen, you see. This is the Aztec calendar. You see? You will see that, you will see 10, then you see all this is when it's all frozen for 2,000 years, and life starts again. So that's all the symbolism they're using, explaining. I would love to read their stories, how they handle that civilization in 2,000 years of darkness. I really would like to know what really went on in those underground cities, the real stories. So I only can use imagination to, you know, when I look at the paintings of the mannequins, it doesn't look good. You know, it doesn't look good, the story. When I see the mannequins paintings, it looks like, this one, when I look at the Vatican temples and those paintings with the demons and everything, remember the demons are us. We are the monsters. We are the predators. And it looks like we had a group of people who were the gods and everything. Then we had a group of people who were the slaves that we ate. We just looked at them as food, as sheep, as cattle. That's the way I think of it, how they handle it. That's what I'm thinking. So that's why they're hiding those stories really good. But I don't know. That's because they're not sharing the knowledge. They're not showing us the truth, how they handle it. That's what I'm thinking. That's why they're hiding everything. So there we go. That's the last one. I already explained this one. I forgot to mention this one. 1133. Remember, 11 means Gemini. When the red sun comes in, awakens the 8 suns. Remember 11, the twin towers. Anything that you see 11. All right. Okay, what else? Right here, remember, this is the dust cloud. Remember, the yellow sun will go in there. That's how they have it, NASA. That's the dust cloud in space. The yellow sun will go in there in Earth, and there'll be no sunlight for 2,000 years. That's the closest thing I can ever find, because I always say, how this looks like in space. And I put dust cloud, whatever, and that's why it came out like that. So we enter that place for 2,000 years. It's like the eye in the storm. You see, it's like an eye. You see? That's the only thing you can find close to the 2,000 years of darkness, because I always want to see how it looked like. And that's it. So let me read the comments. I hope you guys understood that. Oh, Josiane, hi. Yeah, holding back from crossing my mind. Hello from Alaska. Hello, Celie. So yeah. Oh, there's more comments down here. I didn't know. Kaylee, please speak louder. All right. I'll keep the speaker closer to your mouth. Andre is bad. Oh, okay. I guess I have to put my I have a thing up here, but it's gonna sound real loud if I put it on. But I guess I put it on for my next video. But probably if you watch this video again, when I'm done, you probably hear everything I'm saying. I don't probably have a bad signal because I'm in the basement. I don't know. But when I listen to my videos that I do, it sounds normal to me. It sounds perfectly, but I guess when it's live like this, people will hear it differently. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, Josiane, okay. That old Bennett can see hurricanes. Yeah, man, in the old world, Josie, you can see all the disasters going on over there. You can see all the landslides, or the earthquakes, or the fires. You know, they're having it hard over there. So we only in year 4. We still got a long way to go. We got over 200 years to go for the earth purification. Let me go all the way down. Very interesting. Thank you, Hector Diaz. So I hope you guys understood most of it. But in my next video, I'll try to connect this so you guys can hear it. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. I tried to connect, in my next video, I tried to connect this. When I connect this, I can hear the neighbors talking and everything. So it makes it real louder. So I'm gonna try to figure it out how to do it. So hopefully when I talk, you guys can hear me better. So I'm gonna connect this part. I don't need this part, but this part. So I'm gonna try to do that for next time. Now next week. So any more questions about the Aztec calendar that you guys would like to know? Hopefully you guys understood what I'm saying. So I know that Andrian is not in here because he's been banned from Facebook. So now the other guys, Facebook is banning a lot of people, man. Remember, my next ban on Facebook, I'm done for 2 years. So that's why I'm not, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean, talk about no more about our, you know, what's going on in the earth right now. But it's necessary what they're doing. It's all about bringing balance. It's wrong. You know, I think of us as an intelligent species. Well, I'm intelligent, and I always think people think like me. I always forget that. People don't think like me. 99% of the population are all stupid people. They're getting what they deserve. I know it sounds wrong to say that, but they get what they deserve because they haven't evolved mentally. You know what I mean? So, plus you have to understand the 27 Amendments, read the 14th Amendment, read the Declaration of 1942, read that. I forgot the name of the person, but nobody can force you to do something that you don't want to do. It's your body, right? Understand how to live with nature. Grow your own garden, learn how to do harvesting, learn how to use those mason jars. You know what I mean? Learn how to do all those things. You know what I mean? Learn all those things. Learn how to hunt. You know. So learn all those things. So in my next video for next week will be, let's put it up here for you guys to see it. I want to show you guys our next video will be, let me see if I just go like this and it takes me out. We're going to talk about, okay, this is the next video for next week. Straight from the horse's mouth, all right? We're gonna,
there be light.
There we go.
And there was light.
That's what we're going to talk about next week.
It was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening...
So let's put rewind again. Let's put rewind. I'm going to explain a little bit for you guys. Right here, look. It's all the same thing.
Genesis,
look.
chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water.
Okay, so in the beginning, it's right here. And God was moving in the face of the waters, you see? It was without void, without form, you see? That's what he's telling you. That's what I'm going to say. So we're going to explain all this next week. So I hope you guys heard that. So very interesting. Oh, hopefully I don't have to work next week. I think I'm gonna do it on Saturday. Next week on Saturday, 7 o'clock. I think I might make it earlier, 6. I'm not sure. Well, 7, because my family are not home at 7. So, but we're gonna explain this one straight from the horse's mouth. Genesis. I'm gonna use the own exact words explaining that. That's the wheel above. You see, in the beginning, 1 and 2, the 2,000 years of darkness. You see, and the earth was without form, without. You see, that's the 2,000 years of darkness. Remember, the earth was without form. It's the ice age. No vegetation, no nothing. We become a different species right here in the 3rd day. You see? But this video is available for you guys on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. You can go right now, look at it, study it, learn it, and then you gotta understand it. So it's all there. Sissy, hello from Alaska. Yeah, Alaska. Very interesting. Okay, let me see. There's more stuff down here. Okay. So yeah, man. So I hope you guys learn. I'll see you guys next week. I will say next Saturday I will make this video. Genesis chapter 1 through 4. Life and this is gonna be Genesis chapter 1 to 3. Life in God's garden. I'm gonna use the same audio. Hopefully, you guys, you can hear it. I'm gonna explain everything straight from the Bible, so you guys can see. That's not what the religious people are telling you. That's all a lie. What they're telling you. So that's it, man. So see you guys. I'm Cece. I will look forward in your next video live. I could not hear. All right, thank you. See you guys next time. Bye bye.